If you ever find yourself in the southern hemisphere, you will not recognize the starry sky, where different constellations shine at night for the inhabitants of different hemispheres. The southern constellations are hidden from us by sunlight, while the northern constellations are revealed at night. And in the southern hemisphere, it's the opposite. The bucket of the Big Dipper is upside down. It's the real world upside down. The southern hemisphere is a strange place for us. Lewis Carroll's book Alice in Wonderland comes to mind. Alice dived down the rabbit hole, flew and thought she was going to fly across the earth, and the people on the other side of the planet were walking upside down. Here cyclones and hurricanes rotate clockwise and anticyclones rotate counterclockwise. Even the water in the drain hole rotates the other way. There are laws at the surface of the earth that have been established quite a long time ago. For example, the Coriolis force, which governs processes on the Earth's surface in the northern hemisphere. They move clockwise in the northern hemisphere and counterclockwise in the southern hemisphere. For northerners, the sun rises and sets from left to right, while for southerners it rises and sets from right to left. At astronomical noon in the northern hemisphere, the sun is in the south, and in the southern hemisphere in the north. Also, the inhabitants of the southern hemisphere see the moon upside down. It grows on their left and shrinks on their right. And the inhabitants of different hemispheres perceive dark spots on the moon differently. In the north, they are folded into the figure of a rabbit, and in China there is even a legend about a moon hare that lives on the moon. In New Zealanders, moonspots are folded into the figure of a woman. It is Rona, the heroine of fairy tales and legends of Maori, the indigenous inhabitants of the country. There are many versions of the formation of the moon. The most reasonable of them is considered a scenario of collision of the Earth with the hypothetical planet Theia. 4.5 billion years ago, it crashed into the young Earth. A certain amount of mass was literally ripped out of our planet. The surrounding cosmic space under the action of gravity of the ripped-out piece of mass began to form the surface of the Earth. The lump began to expand and expand to collect all the remnants that were ripped out of the Earth's crust. This is how the moon was formed. This cosmic catastrophe was very fortunate. The angle of impact was perfect. After all, a direct hit would have destroyed the Earth, while a flatter angle would have caused Theia to ricochet, and then some of the Earth's mass would not have been thrown into orbit. And what would the Earth be without the moon? Now with 99% probability there would be no life on Earth, and certainly no intelligent life. Perhaps there would be some kind of life very different from what we imagine now. The young moon created giant tidal waves that gradually slowed the Earth's rotation, increasing the length of the Earth's day. If there were no moon, Earth's day would last only 4 hours instead of 24. In 2 light hours you would not have time to learn any skills, and in 2 night hours you would not have time to rest. There might be some elementary bacteria living here, but there would probably be no civilization. The moon created the tidal system that drives the masses of water and climate on Earth today. Without the moon, summer temperatures across the planet would reach plus 100 degrees Celsius in summer and minus 80 degrees Celsius in winter. With such a temperature difference, wind speeds could reach 300 kilometers per hour. I must say that our Earth is a unique planet. For some reason, it is as if everything is specially made here so that people, intelligent beings, Homo sapiens, live on Earth. And that is why the moon is one of the key factors. This cosmic catastrophe was momentous for the Earth for another reason. After the collision, the Earth's axis tilted 23.5 degrees, and without this tilt, our planet would be radically different. For example, there would be no change of seasons. The sun's rays illuminate one hemisphere or the other. When the most intense solar radiation is in the northern hemisphere, we have summer weather, while in the southern hemisphere we have winter. In the southern hemisphere, the seasons are reversed, with winter lasting from June to August and summer coming in December, which is unusual. But imagine a world where there is no such rhythm at all. If there were no seasons, solar radiation would still reach the Earth unevenly. It would be very warm in the tropics, moderately warm in the subtropics, and very, very cold in the north and the poles all year round without changing seasons. An Earth without a tilt would be rigidly divided into climate zones. Under such conditions, humans would not have been able to survive continuous winter in the high latitudes. Most likely, humanity would have gathered in the tropical middle part of the planet. It doesn't seem so bad, eternal summer, but not for agriculture. In tropical areas where there is no pronounced change of seasons, many plants, especially fruits, are not very tasty and lack vitamins because they need a period of slight cooling. Many crops grow well when there are different time intervals, colder, warmer. In addition to agricultural problems, some of the people left behind will be permanently affected by pathogens that thrive in warm and humid environments. In countries with temperate climates, insects carrying pathogenic various microorganisms cease to be active in winter and accordingly, then no epidemics develop. Our world was created after Theia collided with Earth, and this world is clearly divided into two hemispheres along the equator line. Ring any bells? Continued in the next video.